Hey YouTube, it's your good friend Sloppy Pimpin here, bringing you all the news that is news around the country, as long as it has to do with horror. First up, big exciting news for comic book nerds and horror nerds. Steve Niles, who wrote the screenplay and the graphic novels for 30 Days of Night, the vampire flick, has sold his property for my all-time #2 favorite comic ever, Criminal Macabre. In case you didn't watch my favorite comics, it's in there. But a brief little breakdown of Cal McDonald, Thomas Jane, is that he is a drunken, beat-down old detective who used to be a cop who failed a drug test, so he gets kicked off the force. And next thing you know, he's battling all these monsters and hideous creatures. And it's just an amazing comic. You can say it's Constantine-esque, but way better. Because Constantine never once did heroin. Yeah, I would go that far. And also, Constantine never once uses Nosferatu as his toilet. Here he is peeing on Nosferatu. That takes balls. Anyway, yeah, so Universal picked up the rights. Even though every time Steve Niles does an interview about Criminal Macabre, he says the same thing, that all the studios just want to dumb the character down and water him down and make him more generic. You know, make him stop doing drugs. But it's the way he copes. So, yeah. As long as Thomas Jane plays him, who's been on the covers lately, done by Tim Bradstreet, who did the Punisher covers as well, it's going to be a great movie. Moving right along. I'm pretty excited about this one too. The new George Romero Survival of the Dead, which I always thought was just of the dead. But there's some new pictures on the internet and they look really good. You guys, what do you guys think? I think George Romero's still got it. A lot of people think he should have retired after Day of the Dead and just went on and did other things, but personally, I think the man's a genius when it comes to zombie movies. Scrolling right down. Oh, other comic book news. If you know what The Walking Dead is, it's a zombie comic, black and white, picked up by Image, and it's in it's going to be adapted by AMC into a TV show. So like a little hour TV show once a week on AMC. It's probably going to be watered down a lot, but the comic's more about people trying to survive, and not only with, you know, zombies, but themselves. So, I mean, I'm sure every episode is going to have a zombie in it. Scream 4, no thank you, slasher. How many times can you just have somebody, really? Honestly, YouTube. You know what? It's been a slow damn week for horror, I'll tell you that shit right now. Pretty much all the same news. Army of Darkness getting released. Oh, that's cool. Blu-ray for Army of Darkness. That's pretty neat. Isn't it neat? Aren't you excited how neat that is? How groovy? It's called the Screwhead Edition. Not sure if you can see it, but we'll try. There it is. If I had a Blu-ray player, I'd probably buy it. But I don't have a Blu-ray player because I'm cheap. So it's been, oh well, it's been a slow damn week for horror films. Let me tell you, not much news to report on that I feel like reporting on. I suppose I could be like all unbiased and gay, but I'd rather not. Okay, fine, YouTube, you talked me into it. Let's just do whatever's up here first. First page of news, we'll just talk about that. Are you happy? Scrolling up, scrolling up. That's my scrolling song. Patent pending registered trademark of me, okay? Blobbly blobbly. Dexter goes to Blu-ray on August 18th. But what season is that? Oh, the 3rd season. Okay. Cyber killers stalk the Eye Murders DVD. Slasher film. Boo. Oh god. Crap cover art release for Blu-ray. If you like that movie. I didn't. I did when I was younger. Check the first update for that one. But yeah, so Basically just the same exact cover art that was on the VHS from back in the day. A remake of the Echo. Doesn't really say what it's about. Ooh, suck, huh? Rock and roll vampire comedy. Can you say boo? Follows a group of rock and roll wannabes in search of immortality and a record deal. Seemingly doomed to road trip doldrums and dives, the band, the winners, break their slump when their female bass player disappears one night in a Studley styling vampire. Ooh, that's gay. She returns charged with sexual charisma that creates audience frenzy and eventually ensnares the rest of the band. Their hook launches them to fame, but fame turns out to be a different kind of hell than AC/DC promised. That's gay. New pictures for the Wolfman remake with The Descent 2. Is that going to be a wide release, do you think, or is that just going to be direct to DVD? Probably just DVD. I didn't really like that movie either because the monster reminded me too much of Smeagol from Lord of the Rings. Another vampire movie called Legion, I think? No, wait, that's the movie about God. This movie looks really good, actually. About God who loses faith in humanity. Can we say preacher? Check that comic out. Well, YouTube, that's about all for the damn news. Join me next week when my guest will be my hand. Hello, hand. No, we'll see you next week, hand. Not right now. Stay there. Anyway.